Psalms chapter 6 and verse 2. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, for I am weak. O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, heal me, for my bones are vexed. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy and do rule well. Salutation to the men of the hopeful and saints elect. There's your beloved brother out here in Trinidad, Marcus. I just want to do all of the edification, a quick edification for the elect's sake. And the name of this lesson would be spiritual therapy. Spiritual therapy, right? And basically, therapy session where you go to the psychiatrist. You might have some, issues that, somebody that's qualified might be able to guide you, on what to do, the steps to take, and how to, better your situation. Just basically somebody to listen and give advice. All right. And basically, the spiritual therapy that we have, the spiritual healing that we have, is this word. All right. Is this word. This word that comforts us. You might be feeling depressed, going through anxiety, or whatever the case is. But when you go to this word, when you read, it resonates with you and it helps deal with whatever situation that you're going through. It comforts you. All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Let's say you catching hell, you catching a lot of hell, and feeling like the whole world against you. And when you go through the scriptures, like in James, it say, take, my brethren, the prophets, for example of suffering, persecution. All right, you count them worthy that suffer. Basically you have to bear a cross with Yahushai, not only for you, Philippians 1 and 29, not only for you to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake. Through much tribulation we enter into the kingdom of heaven. So when you read scriptures like these, to put it into the situation that you going through, they would actually, make you feel better. They will lift, they will boost your spirits. All right. And it is spiritual therapy. All right. So I just want to look up, I took the liberty already to look up the word psychiatry. All right. And it says psychiatry, the medical treatment of mental diseases, 1846, from French psychiatry, from medieval Latin psychiatria, literally a healing of the soul. And that is why I read in the book of Psalms chapter 6, it says, have mercy upon me, O Yahweh Shai, for I am weak. O Yahweh Shai, heal me, for my bones are vexed. It says my soul is so vexed. All right. So it says literally healing of the soul. And if you want your soul to be healed, which goes back to your mind, because you look up psychiatry, it says from Latinized form of Greek, psyche, mind. All right. Itria, healing or care. All right. You look up psyche, it says what? Animating spirit, the human spirit or mind. That is why we know the spirit dwells in your mind. All right. It says Greek psyche, the soul, mind, spirit, life, one's life. All right. And iatria, all right. It says from forming element, from Latinized form of Greek, iatrikos, healing. So it's spirit healing or soul healing. That is psychiatry. So this truth is spiritual therapy, spiritual psychiatry. It is soul healing. It is soul healing. Being in this truth, learning this word of Yahweh Shai Shai is soul healing. All right. It says what? It says literally a healing of the soul. This is what this truth about. It is soul healing. All right. There is where you get in this word, it is soul healing. All right. And if you a lot of times we going through stuff. All right, the pains of being in this life. Sometimes we're feeling lost, we're feeling empty. But then when you come to the scripture, as the scripture says, when I entered into the house of the Lord, then understood I his end. Understanding brings peace, it brings solace. And when you get the understanding of this word, it literally brings inner peace. Yes, there is our knowledge that increases grief and sorrow. Because why? Because of where we are, where we want to be. All right. But it also gives comfort and a peace of mind. It gives comfort and a peace of mind. This truth is spiritual therapy. This is the book of Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto Yahweh Shemiah Shai. For he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up. The Lord is who healing and binding you up. The Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Alright? When you read these words, you will go to how many psychiatrists you want. They're not gonna help you, with the situations that we have to face on a day-to-day basis. But when you go to a brother, you speak to a brother might bring out a precept that you might even stumble upon before, or you might have stumbled upon it. But just hearing someone else read the precept and bring it from a different angle, it makes so much sense to the situation, to help aid the situation that you're going through, that you feel better, you feel rejuvenated in the spirit. Because why? Because this truth is spiritual therapy. A lot of times we be feeling down, and then you go on YouTube, you watch a video, and then by the end of that video, 15, 20, 30 an hour, you feel like a new man. You feel lifted up. You feel lifted up. You feel rejuvenated. The spirit rejuvenated. It feels, let's see what that word rejuvenate mean. Sure. All right. Rejuvenate. All right. Rejuvenate. It says restore the appearance, powers, or feelings of youth. It says an irregular formation of again, Latin, juvenus, young. All right. So it makes you feel young again. All right. Makes you feel refreshed. All right. That is when you come to it, you feel young again. All right. Make you feel powerful. You get back your vibrance. You get back that cheerfulness. Because why? Because you were just lifted up in the spirit. All right. This truth is spiritual therapy. All right. That is where you get. Being in this truth, you get that spiritual therapy, you get that understanding. Alright, in your Yahweh Shemiah Shai, and put it into your situation, it helps lift you up. And that is the reason we should always be in these scriptures. Alright, don't neglect them. Don't go to to worldly things. Don't turn to alcohol, smoking cigarettes or weed or whatever the case is, doing drugs. All right, going and see a real therapist, because guess what? They are of the world and speak they're of the world. They can't give you spiritual healing. The healing that you need is spiritual. All right. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 5. It says, why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. See, Lord saying, why you be stricken anymore? Why? You don't know what to do. You keep doing the things that make you stricken, that have you been feeling the way you are. But the only how you're going to know to do the good, so that good will follow, is by, being in this word. All right? It says, from the sole the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither modified with ointment. All right? And that is how we were in this truth. But from the moment we came into this tabernacle, everything changed. We started feeling better. We started feeling light. We started feeling that a joy and a purpose. All right? Because we went through that therapy, that spiritual therapy, that feel good. All right? Understanding that came from this word had us feeling lifted up. You might be, hey, listen, we go through, as the scripture says, There's some strange things happen unto you. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I going through this? And then when you read the scripture, hey, guess what? You saw Yahweh Shai went through that and look at the glory that he received. And guess what? It's gonna give you hope. Say, hey, you know what? I had to be on the right path. You might be thinking that, hey, guess what? It might be you alone. And you catching all this hell means that the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yeshai, he don't like you. But this is what the scripture says. This is Job 5 and verse 17. It says, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh Hashem Yeshai corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastisement of the Almighty. Alright, it says, for he make it sore and he bind it up. He wounded and his hands make whole. Alright? The Lord wound you. He wound you. You know the reason why he wound you? Because you went astray from him. So he wound you so that in your affliction you will remember him. And you come back to him. But you get the healing coming back and now you understand, oh, so this is the reason why. So let me don't do it again. And it brings peace. It brings inner peace. All right? It brings inner peace. So this truth is spiritual therapy. All right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 10. It says, but thy sons, not the it says, but thy sons, not the very teeth of venomous dragons overcame. It says, but thy sons, not the teeth, or not the very teeth of venomous dragons overcame, for thy mercy was ever by them and healed them. All right? It says, for they were pricked that they should remember thy words. And that is the reason why the venomous dragons, the teeth of the venomous dragons, didn't overcome them. Because why? Because they were pricked that they should remember thy words. So before the evil days come, we were pricked. We were pricked in the spirit to remember Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says, but they were pricked that they should remember thy words and were quickly saved, that not falling into deep forgetfulness, they might be continually mindful of thy goodness. So we were pricked before the end to remember Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So we could say, oh, so this is who I am. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm supposed to keep the commandments. I'm supposed to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and wait for his goodness to come. All right? We were pricked. All right? We were pricked in our mind. I'm gonna look up that word pricked. All right? Now, you're not going to find it. I don't have a concordance with the Apocrypha, so I will just look up prick in Acts chapter 2. All right? And when you go to Acts chapter 2 and verse 37, it says, I said verse 36, it says, therefore let all the house of Israel know assuredly that Yahweh had made that same Yahweh Shai, whom you have crucified, both Lord and Mashiach. So Peter was giving them a rundown. It says, now when they heard this, they were pricked in their heart, and said unto Peter and to the rest of the apostles, men and brethren, what shall we do? Because hey, they were like, wow, like we really went off. All right? I want to look up the word pricked.
Strong's G 2660. Katanusamai.
It says,
Thayer's Lexicon. Katanuso.
Right, it says to prick, pierce, metaphor, to pain the mind sharply, agitated vehemently. To pain the mind sharply. So basically, like in your mind, like, hey, you know, but like we really went off, you know, like something just wrong, and I need, like, you know, I need something. There's something wrong with me, and I need help. You know, so your mind agitated, and then you walking in the streets and you stumble upon brothers in garments preaching, and then you walk over and you listen and you start to feel light in the spirit. You start to feel the weight coming off of you. You start to feel the stress going away. You start to smile. You know, you wasn't feeling happy for a long time, and everything just meshing together, just making sense. All right, the Lord pricked you in your mind so that you remember him. All right. Because why? Because he wants you to come back. Basically, mainly the elect. All right? And then you get that spiritual healing. You go through that spiritual therapy session, and then you start feeling oh so better. Now you will have your down days, but guess what? You go back to the scriptures and you get them up days again, and know both how to be abased and how to abound. You have to grow the inward man. Do the outward man perish, the inward man grow day by day because of those spiritual therapy lessons or sessions. Alright, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great ministry and do rule well. Salutation to the men of the hopeful and sensei elect. This is your brother Marcus out here in Trinidad saying Shalom and stay strong. Shalom.